Mishal Kanoo, Chairman of Kanoo Group. Such a pleasure seeing you, sir. Thank you so much for doing this. One of the three, if I'm not mistaken, speakers that are represented at the London's Bureau, you're one of them. That's amazing. If, let's say, in 1 hour they told you you have to speak for 60 minutes and you had any topic in the world, what would you choose?
60 minutes. I talk about the economy because that's an easy one because I interact with it and live it all the time. What's happening in the economy. I'm talking regional economy here because this is part and parcel of what I have to do and have to look at constantly for my business and also looking forward to what possibly can happen in this region. This part is very dynamic. This region is very dynamic.
For you specifically, right?
Not just for me, but for anyone who comes into this part of the world who was looking at investing, building. You know, we have a lovely saying, again in Arabic, al-mal adil al-ruh, which is the money is equal to your soul. And it doesn't mean that people are...
I hope that's not literal.
No, it's not materialistic. It means that people covet money as much as they covet themselves. So there's nothing more dearer, really more dearer to a person outside of his family than his pocket. So as long as you can understand that, you can understand why when things have to do and affect the business, which is at the end of the day someone's pocket, that they are very conscientious about it and very careful about what they do and what they don't do.
Right.
You will be able to easily find out the temperament of a person by his or her investment style.
And what's yours?
I want people who are in need to benefit. And that's all that matters.
I really want you to tell me something from the heart, right, for our generation or the younger generation. Like, I've seen this trend where there's this sort of obsession with narcissism, social media, greed, not understanding the value of things, even entitlement. I face this in my own office, and you're smiling here looking, and I'm sure you have lots to say on that. What do you have to say about these things? I mean, the generation millennials that we have here in our country itself. You know, if there's one thing you would like to have them all in a room and you're standing there and you can just talk to them heart to heart, what would you say? I struggle with this all the time.
I wouldn't say anything. I'd put them all in a plane or boat or whatever, take them to certain parts of the African continent, certain parts of Latin America, certain parts of India, of China, and let them see what life is about. You know, this entitlement, well, here's this. Here's a person whose entitlement in his mind thinks, I'm entitled to drink water and not get sick. That's an entitlement. There's another one who's thinking, I want to eat cooked food. That's an entitlement. The third one is thinking, I want clothes on my back. I haven't had a new shoe in a year or a dozen years.
Right.
That's an entitlement. Those people are what these young boys and girls should be seeing and understanding. This is life. Not the idea of me putting my face on a little, electronic thing,
yes,
and saying, look at me, how wonderful I am. If you've invented nuclear science, if you've saved a human life, if you've created something that humanity benefits from, by all means, talk to me about it. I have time to listen to you because you've done something significant. If on the other hand, your only significant thing is that you woke up this morning and ate breakfast and put on in some cases, makeup, in some cases got onto an expensive car, then please, save me the headache. Go away, you insignificant person.
So you're saying that the noise of fluff is increasing. Are we heading towards a darker phase of generation where, you know, things of value are not of value?
You know, there's a famous writer by the name of Oscar Wilde.
Yes.
And he wrote this about perhaps 100 years ago. And he was talking about the people of his time. And it relates to people today. It's the same thing. He said, people know the price of everything and the value of nothing. And that's exactly what it is.
So that's applicable for now?
It's applicable all times because we don't value things. We don't understand. How am I, as a young teen or 20-year-old, who's never experienced life, never understood what life is about, because we've had a little cocoon around us. And myself, by the way, I'm not talking about other people. I'm talking about myself
That
too.
applies to you?
It did apply to me as a young boy. It did apply to me. I'm coming from this part of the world. We have little cocoons around us. It takes care of us. It makes sure that nothing negative or bad happens to us. So therefore, we don't know what life is about. When we don't understand these aspects, how are we supposed to better ourselves? Right now, the latest trend that's happening in the States is, it's happened from the 90s, I think 90s and 2000s, is every time a child participates in a
competition or whatever,
they give him a prize.
even if he's not winning, right?
So what does that teach the child? I just have to be here.
Yeah, sense of entitlement.
All right. What is that child going to achieve when he or she is actually hit with real life? Because guess what? In real life, people will cheat you, lie to you, hurt you, deceive you, steal from you, and make your life generally miserable.
But
If I'm not prepped up for this, if nobody teaches me how to best fix myself before I encounter these things, what am I supposed to do when I actually do encounter these things?
Well, thank you so much, Mishal. That was absolutely a beginning to a conversation. I can never say it's an end with you, because now you have planted some ideas in my mind for amazing scripts, and I hope to see you very soon. It's a pleasure.
The pleasure is all mine. I don't want to leave. I don't want to end this with a negative note, because there's one thing, and just one thing, that makes me sleep at night, and that is human ingenuity. No matter what we're thrown at, we manage to find a way to fix things.
That's lovely. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you.